Welcome back to Counterpoint. We're with our current events panel, and joining me again are Michelle Simard and Mike Patton. Okay, let's talk about the federal political scene. A lot has happened. First of all, Michelle, why don't we start with a quick overview of the CPC convention? What happened at that convention in Calgary?
Well, not much. It just seemed like a smokescreen in order to relaunch and rebrand Pierre Poilievre. People on the ground felt that this was just a surface layer. There was no real change that was going to be done. And quite frankly, I think many of them were right. The only best part I heard about it was is that a lot of conservatives got to meet together and socialize and bond and do the things that a lot of like-minded people get to do. But I will point out something that I thought was quite interesting was that, and to me, the biggest takeaway was Stephen Harper wasn't there. And on the same weekend, m- mainstream media tells us that Stephen Harper's been advising Mark Carney. And I was just like, that is very, very strange. How the confluence of events came on the exact same weekend. But overall, he's got a new mandate,
That's Pierre
whether it's
Poilievre.
justified or not.
Yeah, I think, what did he
Pardon?
get? 87% Pierre Poilievre?
87%, 87.4 to be exact. But at the end of the day, he's got a new mandate. He's going to rebrand himself. I don't think it's going to change much, to be honest, in the long run. And the conservatives are just going to have to live with what they have right now. And it looks like Mark Carney might just call an election just because he can.
Well, yeah, and on that note, there were some policies that were amended or changed or proposed at the convention. One was getting rid of DEI. There was a near pass of the banning of the federal conservative conversion therapy ban legislation to reverse, I guess, the position of the party on that, or to create a position of the party on being against conversion therapy bans. So that
Yep.
was interesting. Things like that. There was a lot of tough talk on immigration and getting those numbers under control. But you mentioned federal election, Mike. Do you think we're headed to a federal election? I know Mark Carney's been kind of dropping a few hints. I'm not sure. He's just testing the waters. What's going on?
Well, Mark Carney is desperate to get a majority government, and he tried to do it through floor crossers, encouraging conservative MPs to join the Liberals. If you haven't gone over now, you're probably not going over. The only way he's going to get a majority government is through a new election, and I think he's bound to determine to do just that.
Wow. And
Well, Elections Canada did has requested voting cards.
yes.
So it is on the agenda. So I don't think it's out there. But of course, Canadians don't want another election if they don't need to. So I think he's just. But I mean, there's a lot of things on his plate right now, right? Like the Alberta separatist, dealing with Donald Trump and the next type of negotiations, Kuzma. I mean, there's a lot of things at play. Plus, he has two MPs that, are leaving. You have a by-election for that. I mean, there's a lot of things at play. I think realistically, we have to be careful. But I will note another thing that I found interesting about the CPC convention was lobbyists still got all the perks. And grassroots didn't make any headway there. So I think that's also going to be damaging for the party if an election is called.
Okay, but speaking of the election, I mean, Mike, you brought up a good point that, Carney wants to get his agenda through or wants to pass things. Is he having challenges with the current makeup of the federal government, seeing that he's in a very thin or very robust minority, that he's not able to pass what he wants? I mean, it seems like the Bloc is happy to support him whenever they want.
Yeah, he's not able to control committees. There's a number of things he can't do in a minority situation. And the biggest issue here is Mark Carney is the smartest man in Canada. And if you don't believe me, just ask him. He honestly believes that in a campaign, he will run the table against Pierre Poilievre. So I think he wants to have a majority government and have 4 years where he doesn't have to really listen to the opposition at all, and we will be going to an election this spring. I'm very positive of it.
Okay, and it doesn't seem like his provincial counterpoints are uh, very, at least uber supportive of Pierre Poilievre. We have Ford and Houston, both conservative premiers, who say you don't win elections at conventions. Why would they say that, Mike? Why are they saying that?
Well, what they're saying is true. There was the focus of the convention was Pierre's leadership. The question is now, what are the Conservatives going to do to encourage people who voted Liberal last time to vote Conservative this time? They need to hold their vote, and they really worked hard at the convention to really reinforce the people who voted for them last time, but they need a good number of Canadians who did not vote for Pierre last time to vote for him
Right.
this time.